Hello, my name's James Musselwhite, a portrait photographer from Portsmouth in the UK and pointer and shooter behind the project A Portrait of a Wrestler, and I welcome you to this, our latest video in our series, looking back at images we shot when we started the project in 2014. We're going to be looking at two Portsmouth trainees, both James Castle and Ricky Suave. We're going to start off with the anarchist James Castle. He's so punk. Oh god, he's so punk, he's so anti-authority, he's unbelievable. I first saw James at a Revolution Pro Wrestling show at the Mountbatten Centre here in Portsmouth. He had a huge mohawk, and I said to Andy Simmons, I need to get that guy in because he's got a huge mohawk and I just want to take his profile picture. And we booked him in, and he came along to a shoot, and I opened the door and he saw that he'd shaved all of his hair off really. He had a very, very short, not tidy haircut, but certainly a punky haircut, but not the mohawk that I had in mind that I was going to shoot. But it was all good. Kind of. James came in, wonderful guy, really, really giving of his time, very quietly spoken behind the sort of mask of this punk, and I think really, really cool. I like him a lot. This is the first shot here. I noticed the game over tattoos. I've always wanted to shoot tattoos like Punk's got drug free, I think, CM Punk, and I've seen him do that shot a couple of times. So this was like a simple one. Nice wide aperture again, long focal length, so that his face is sort of like out of focus in the background, which just draws your attention to these fists in the front. Next one here, simple square crop. Just have him looking down, making the most of that jacket and the tattoo here. No eye contact there, which sort of makes the picture look a little bit more unnerving, I guess. And then just have him just sort of pull that jacket open, a little bit of motion, just having actually doing it in one motion and giving me a sneer at the same time makes it all look realistic, all look really cool. And the shape that he's in there helps tell the story, which is cool. More of a sort of like a classic, I suppose, 90s pop culture style shot here. Not enough catchlights in the eyes for this one, but it works quite well, I suppose, for something that's a little bit different, but doesn't sit within the rest of the project. It's starting to sort of form as these portrait shots shot on black backgrounds, low-key shots, classical styling. It would sit out of place, so it didn't make it through. And I'm really getting into screaming camera. These were genuine screams I was asking him to do in studio to get that reaction, to get that expression. You find this lighting setup in most WWE promo setups these days. Yeah, nice intense look into the camera and making the most of those tattoos by bringing the arms across, and that looks really cool. This is the one that nearly made it through, and this was the shot I wanted to do before he shaved off all his hair. So I think like a two light setup, just one 45 degrees off to the side here, one rim lighting the hair in the back here, just give a separation from the background. And then just have him stood there just looking straight. Really, sometimes the simplest poses are the ones that work the best, and this one's really simple. Like the intensity of the look into the camera there. But it's this shot here that made it through. We just like the story that it told, and I like the fact that we could actually sort of end the panel almost with this shot with the game over thing going on. It's a difficult one to sort of settle on which one we were going to go with, but I think this was probably the right choice in the end. Moving on to Ricky, something completely different here. I wouldn't do anything like this now, but you're talking about a very, very small studio space that I've got, and we still managed to sort of shoot this sort of, it's a really sort of like a poppy, again, a sort of poppy early 2000s sort of style image, something really, really active and action, and nice wide angle, giving us something a little bit different there from our guy Ricky. And the prop he brought in was this rose, so we've gone again for a very symmetrical shot, but not symmetrical lighting on this one, which just puts me off slightly. There's too much of a rim light on this side and not enough on this side really. I'd want that perfectly even there, but again, the guy's in really, really cool shape there, which is again an easy story to tell. Once again, just having him looking into the camera, giving us that Healy sort of sneer. I think I got the idea from this shot from an old St. Valentine's Day Massacre poster featuring Vince McMahon, where he had sort of blood running down his hands after he was sort of holding the rose and the thorny rose there. So I was maybe looking to do something like that in post-production. And then I love this shot. I just thought the tonality throughout it was great. A nice small aperture giving us a maximum amount of detail. Nice powerful lenses, nice hand placement on there. The rose right in front. Good intensity in the eyes, good clean exposure there. And then we eventually get to this one, which is the one that we selected for our final panel. Dry ice in the background, two lights set up, one coming across the face here, one just giving us a little bit of a kicker and a little bit of a light on that dry ice. The hand coming out into the lens. Nice story told. So So that's 2 trainees we had in the studio quite early on, just giving them the confidence, hopefully, to perform in front of the camera and to create great images. Photography, as I always say, is a two-way street. It's about as much as what you bring to it as a photographer as what the subject brings to it as in terms of their character, and it's just about trying to create an environment for these guys to be natural, to be creative, and to allow themselves to be themselves, or the character they want to be in front of the camera. These 2 guys obviously made it through to the final panel, so we're going to pop their images in there next to the Bodems. Next week we're going to be going back to 2014 again and looking at one of my favourite subjects, one of my favourite people to shoot. We're going to be looking at the Lord Gideon Gray and discussing his shoot and why it was so difficult to do at the time, but why we came up with something really, really cool and unique. If you enjoyed what you see, like us on the Facebook at Portrait of a Wrestler. It's at Y2JimBob on Instagram and Twitter. And as ever, all the very best.